Hi guys, how are we doing? Today I'm going to show you how to make a quiche without eggs or milk or pastry or even flour. Let's do it. Okay, so first off we are going to start off with one of these and one of these, and we're going to use this on the biggest part of the grater, and we're going to make our crust. So we want to get that up around the edges first. Okay, around the edges. Now, like potatoes, sweet potatoes are a starchy root vegetable, right? So they stick together quite nicely when you squish them nicely. And they don't really need flour or anything like that to hold them together. And we're going to we just need to squish it so it's nicely squished, and all those starchy flours that are actually naturally occurring in the vegetable, in the root vegetable, we can use to our advantage. There we go. So that there's done. Now I'm going to stick this in the oven, gas mark 4, until it's kind of warmed itself through a bit. Not fully cooked. I don't want it fully cooked, and I don't really want it baked blind either. I want it to have softened, but without going crispy yet. And once it's softened, we can give it another press and it will become even more stuck together. So that's what we want. I'll put below what temperature you need to have for yours. Okay, so to go in our quiche, we're going to have some asparagus. These are leftover veg from last week that we bought. Some of them are okay, some of them we can get bits off. Now we picked these up for 40p a packet. Some of them have gone a little bit funny on the ends. We're going to cut those bits off and use the bits that aren't funny on the ends. We've got some spring onions that we picked up for 48p on offer. They were 73p. So I'm going to use a couple of little bunches of them. And we got some beans. I think I'm going to use these green beans. Yeah, we're going to use some of those. And I might even come with me a second. Okay. So we're going to include some of this beautiful mint, fresh from the garden, because I think I might even add some peas. And before we get too carried away, don't forget the beautiful spinach that I picked earlier this morning. And if you didn't catch that video, I will put a link to it up on the right hand corner right now. So there you go, yum. Okay. Right, we're going to have to get stuck into this. It's going to be a messy job, and I'm going to probably just poodle on and get it done and put some music to it so you guys don't have to sit here for 30 hours while I chop veg. Last but not least, a few peas. Now, there is something we have to do before this all goes in the crust. Okay, so we're going to actually saute off these veg first. Now the reason for that is that we want to get rid of as much fluid as possible from the veg so that it doesn't leach into the sauce or the crust and give us a soggy bottom, because no one likes a soggy bottom. Right, we're going to put all our veg in there and get it. Might help if I turned it on. There we go. We're going to get it sauteing right now because we can. That's what we're doing. Back in 5. Okay, so now the veg is sauteed off, they're ready to go. We're going to make our custard thing. Filling. Now I have half a container of cream cheese. We're going to put that in here. If you have normal cream cheese, use that. If that's what you prefer, do it. This is about what you have in your cupboard. So, you know, if you have some milk and no cheese, I will put a link down below and hopefully to the top right here now of an amazing video that a friend of mine did, Diggy, who actually did a recipe on making your own cream cheese. So, and it doesn't take long, it's really, really simple. So I'll put a link to that up the top there. Right, so that's probably a cup of plain soy yogurt, but of course if you don't have that, you have normal yogurt, use that. I'm going to put a tablespoon of nutritional yeast flakes in there. I'm going to put a little bit, not a lot because I don't want it very liquid, maybe half a cup of almond milk, because that's what I have, but if you have normal milk, use that. Now if you're going to wonder how this is going to thicken, the cheese itself is going to thicken it. Now it's going to do that because it's very clever and it has thickening agents in it, especially if it is a plant-based one. It has things like kappa-carrageenan and other thickening agents that will help to make your sauce thicken up to the consistency that you would like and that we all want when it comes down to a quiche, right? So it's actually looking a bit thicker now already, and of course using the yogurt as well, that helps the whole system work as well. The milk itself is there to help loosen it all up. Not too much, like I said, because you want it to thicken up. Now, what else I'm going to put in there is I'm going to put in a spoon, like tablespoon or half a tablespoon, that much of my Italian herb blend, which I will put the link up the top and down below for. So you can make your own. Use whatever seasonings you have though. If you have your own seasoning blend or whatever your favourite, use that. I don't care. I'm not eating yours. I'm eating this one. Okay. So that's actually thickening out really, really nicely. And if you pull it back a bit, it's actually doing what we want it to. So that's really good. So that's done. The veg is done. All we need now is the crust. Okay, so there we go. There's our crust. So we're going to give that a little bit of a bit of a squidge, just to make sure there's no holes in it. So perfect. That's looking really good actually. Really, really looking forward to this. Haven't made one for ages. Really should have. Okay, so first off we're going to put our veg mix. So we're just gonna spoon over our veg. Okay, so like I said, it's really important to saute off your veg first. That way it doesn't make your sauce thin and unable to set. Okay, so, oh, look at it. I mean, I could eat that as it is right now quite happily. Thank you very much. Right. Okay. I think that's every little bit I could possibly get out of that pan. All right. So there we go. Now, there's a few little holes there that need a bit. I like, when I make something like this, for there to be enough flavour that you get something different with every single mouthful. To me, that's so important. Okay. Alright, so we're just going to pour this over the top now, like so, and let it find its way through the veg. Okay, here we go. You're right. Oh, guys, seriously. Yum! And the last little thing that I want to do is I want to put a few little mint leaves over this, just so we have that nice little fresh bursts in our mouths when we eat it. Because yum! Okay, there's that one, can go that way. Okay, right. So probably should have brought those a bit. There we go. That's it. Right. Cool. One for each slice. That's going back in the oven now. Same temperature, and we're going to leave it there until we get a little bit golden on the top. There you go, 20 minutes later and it's all done. It's lovely and set, and it's just, I can't wait to get stuck into this, honestly. So you may not have eggs at home, you may not have pastry, but it doesn't mean that you can't have a really, really yumptious quiche.